All right, guys. I'm sure you guys are going to ask me about the JC. Experienced a little bit of soreness, discomfort. After coming off of yesterday, so we made the decision to put him on pup just to protect him, hold him out. He's chomping at the bit to practice. Wanted to practice, but just thought it was best precaution. Not something we're concerned about long term, but just thought it was best to ease him into it, and that'll kind of be a day by day thing based on the doctors.
Soreness where? His foot?
Yeah.
Was it the same foot that was injured?
Yes.
Looked like you might have left Baker and Sam pretty, not pretty, really.
Yeah, the first 2 days we decided to have Sam. Well, for day one, Sam took all the 1 reps with the 1 group. Baker took all the 2 reps with the 2 group. Excuse me. Tomorrow we'll have Baker take all the reps with the first group, Sam take all the reps with the 2 group. And the thought process being we really wanted our guys to have the ability to work with the same receivers for the entire day. Especially, obviously Baker's, we got the install last night and this morning. He's out here trying to execute it. So we want those guys to have some consistency at receiver for the first 2 days, and then we'll start to mix things up a little bit more. And then we had Matt and PJ split the 3s.
Where do you think the timing is with Baker and the receivers? I know it's going to take a while before they start fully clicking, but how do you see that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to take a while. It's also going to take a while for everybody with the timing with the receivers because they're tired. They've been doing other drills. And you get out here, it's hot. You're running, and it's later in practice. So a couple of times I thought Baker made some big throws down the field, and just the feedback I was hearing from Ben to him was, "Hey, throw it there. Don't throw it there and make the receiver get to it. As receivers get in game shape, they'll catch those things in stride." So it's going to be a long working process. Excited to see it happen.
What do you look for in day one?
It's the beginning of us, establishing our standards of how we're going to play. In terms of our effort, in terms of our execution, all those things. So, I expect the guys to come out. It's obviously not real long. I mean, after stretch, I think it was like 60, an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and whatever. So it's not a real long practice, but I want elite focus on execution, and I want really good effort. And now these guys have to go recover their bodies and get ready to come back and do it again tomorrow.
Do you like the switch from the AM/PM session?
Yeah, there's pros and negatives to both. Now this practice becomes a little bit hotter. That's the negative of it. A lot of guys had good feedback. They like the walkthrough right before practice. I think that helps them. I think we have some new players. Walking through before practice helps you a lot more practicing better. But at the end of the day, the schedule's the schedule. Whatever it is, the guys will attack it. I thought it was good for us today, and hopefully we can continue to battle the heat.
You're not going to try to do anything to get it in a little sooner before the heat?
As of right now, no. I mean, if the guys came to me and said, "Hey, coach, we want to start at 7 a.m., I would always listen to the players, but some of them like their sleep too. So I think at the end of the day, we're going to play. We're going to play September 11th. At 1 o'clock. So as long as we're smart, guys hydrate. We got a lot of guys wearing hoods and long sleeves. We're going to address that a little bit. Like, I can't tell guys what to wear, but you might want to wear a T-shirt out here. So, but.
Baker was one of them.
Yeah, well, the quarterbacks don't run as much. Some of those DBs have it on, but I'm not the style police, and we'll give them the best information to hopefully keep them healthy.
Hey, I think it was his last throw, or one of his last throws. Keith and Justin went up. Looked like the wind caught that ball. Did you see the 7-on-7 here?
Yeah, it looked to me like I don't know if the ball came out of his hand right, but I mean it looked like it kind of got caught up in there. It was a really nice job by Keith. 6'4" corner. That's your job to go up and pluck the ball.
Hey Matt, this year you talked a lot about with Sam. Listen, just don't make mistakes. Give us a chance to win. Is that something that you've already talked to Baker about moving into this season?
Yeah, I think, and I don't know if I've ever said it necessarily like that to him. I think at the end of the day, I mean, we want guys to, we want to eliminate careless mistakes, not doing your job, trying to do too much. But we want these guys to go play aggressive. I mean, they're NFL quarterbacks. I want them to go back and I want them to make the throws. But just what I said last year, I want them to make the throws on time where they're supposed to be. And I mean, the great thing is with Ben and Sean back there, they are all over everything. So I can constantly hear the feedback and they'll get the timing. And we want them to be aggressive, but we also want to be smart about what we do. And I think the key is just execution.
Kind of fine line there with Baker because he's known as a little bit of a gunslinger type.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fine line with all great quarterbacks, I mean, the whole key to football, they call it the toxic differential, but it's like how explosive can you be and also how few turnovers can you have. And sometimes those, if you risk it all the time, so it's just risk reward like anything else. And so the way we want to handle that is We're going to be aggressive with the play calls, but take what's there. And we have a great situation here when, if it's not there deep, man, check the ball down to Christian McCaffrey. Check it to Chuba. Check it to Deontay Foreman. We got backs that we think can make plays with checkdowns.
It seemed like Sam did that a lot today, checking it down to the running backs. What do you think of his performance?
Again, I'm not, it's hard for me to talk about guys' performance, but yeah, I think there's, our defense, day one, they're playing quarters. It's 7-on-7. They're all over everybody. So I think we're going to probably check the ball down a lot versus that coverage. As the days get on, you start seeing some different coverages. You have some more shots, but I thought Sam was on time. It looked like he was on time. It looked like he did what he was supposed to do. I'll probably have to check the tape to see anything more other than that.
And then with the JC news and the Rashawn Melvin news, what are you looking for in that cornerback room? Kind of looking for
Again, as I said, I think JC is not a long-term thing. And then I think, Scott will do a good job making sure, we keep, looking for, just people, make sure we have enough bodies in camp. And I'll just say this about Rashawn, absolutely first-class human, wonderful guy. Loved having him on the team and handled things the right way, called me and talked to me, and I just absolutely wish him the best.
Coach, what kind of challenge is it for Ben, who's probably still installing some of the system he wants to run, and then you add another quarterback to the mix? How is he handling it?
I think Ben's excited by the challenge. Ben to me, like, when I watch him, he was born to be an offensive coordinator. He loves it. He loves the man, goodness. He loves the install. He loves he loves every part of it. He loves working with guys. And I think the thing I know that I like most about Ben McAdoo is he doesn't coach one quarterback different than the other, one receiver. He's here to help everyone get better. We're here to help everyone either make our team or make another team. So I think he's taken the challenge and run with it.
Coach, what is the skill set that Andre Roberts brings to your special teams? What do you expect from him?
When you go back and look at Andre last year, he had an excellent year returning. He can catch punts, he can catch kickoff returns, and he fits Coach Tabor's style of getting vertical, getting north and south. So I think he can really bring something to us. I know he can bring something to us. That being said, I think he can also help us at receiver. We're going to be smart about it. I think he's 33, 34 years old. So we're not going to go out there and wear him out every day at receiver, but he's really smart in the meetings. He knows it, but he can really change our special teams units. Our defense last year had the worst starting field position in the NFL in the last 5 years where they started. And that's a function of offense, defense, and special teams, but we have a plan here to make sure that we affect field position. I think Andre's a huge part.
Coach, if you answer this, I apologize. I stepped away for a second. The Baker Sam thing, in terms of how long that goes on, until you make a decision of what you're looking for early on from both.
I look at every day from every player. I expect every player to come out here and play with great effort and execute. I think every player here is competing, personally. So I think they're all competing for their job. If they're not competing for their job, they're competing against the great player they're going to play against. So I think, when we know, we'll know. I don't have any timetable on it, and I don't see it happening anytime soon. I want these guys to have plenty of time to settle in, to learn, to go through different experiences. And when we know, we know.
Coach, can you expand on the value of Coach McAdoo, him having been a head coach already, what that brings to your staff?
Well, I've got three guys. I've got Paul Pasqualoni, who was the head coach at Syracuse for 19 years. I've got Ben McAdoo, who's the head coach in New York, and had a lot of success that first year. And obviously I have Steve, who's been the head coach in Arizona. So I have guys that I can lean on and talk to about being a head coach, who can share perspective, that know what the seat feels like sometimes. And Ben, Steve, and Paul have all brought that to me. But yeah, no doubt. I think just the day-to-day operation can sometimes, as a head coach, you're a little bit more removed, and so you have to really trust the people around you, and those guys have helped me with that.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We're going to take 2 more questions, and then that's where we're wrapping it up.
You talked a lot about how the competition will make quarterback position better. Were the little things you saw either in the huddle, meeting room, or anywhere that showed you that competition between Sam and Baker is sharpening them a little bit, making them focus increase or something?
I don't know Baker previous, so I coached against him one time in college, so I'm assuming that this is who he is, and he seems very focused. And as I said, I think since Sam got here in the spring, he's been highly focused. So, the one thing I think I share with our team, I think this number is correct. Only 12 teams had their starting quarterback play all 17 games last year in the regular season. 12 out of 32. I believe that's correct. That's what our sports science guy gave to me. So, my challenge to the room was, you guys all get better. But I think everybody, you know, when you have another player in there that he does something really well, you try to do it well, and that's true at all positions. And these guys are competitors. They'll continue to battle.
How's Shaq as a coach?
Sorry?
How is Shaq as a coach?
Shaq didn't do much today as a coach. No, he's talked a lot of trash down there. And he rode the bike for a while and talked a lot of trash down there. But, you know, it's kind of funny. I said to Shaq, isn't it amazing how when you're not actually out there playing or when you're not consumed with the result, how you start to see things? Because we were down there in the red zone and he was like, match it, break on. He could see everything that was supposed to happen. And, you know, it'll make him better.